Hi guys, Allard here, your new favourite cardboard connoisseur, and just jumping straight into it with the first one of 8 tests. This is the Dark Magician featuring the White Forest toy box engine, and let's see how it does. This is just in Omega against the AI bot for the first 8, and then for the last 4 we have actual duels against real people. So this is just a standard line going into the Silhouette and into the synchro for the White Forest. This is against Salamangreat by the looks of it. So these are just standard lines that you would normally do with the White Forest. He's using Maxi, but remember this is the AI bot and Omega hasn't updated it in ages, so it is what it is, guys. Test 2. Now who's this up against? Because I never remember. Okay, again, standard lines here, setting up the DM triangle with a secret village lock. Don't remember this one faring well for me, to be quite honest. Yep, there we go. Too late. So this is Y on draw phase. Realistically, what I should have done is sacrifice the chance to get that banish and just gone straight in for the spell lock with Secret Village. Still win anyway because this is just an AI bot and they just had one card and a load of bricks. I don't know what type of deck it is. I think it's a water deck. But hey, it is what it is. I know a lot. I like the little thing. It's like, an MST or whatever, Cosmic Cyclone, or whatever the hell you call that card, and it's just there trying to get rid of a card, but it's a toy box card, so it special summons itself anyway, which is brilliant. Certain things like that just makes the DM deck a hell of a lot better. I must admit, during doing the tests, even though you can see I'm winning, going to test 3 now, I find that the interactions are much better against a person, especially when they're playing stuff like the Fiendsmith cards and Snake Eyes. It just makes for a better game, which if you continue watching, you'll find out right at the end. See, when they do things like that with that trap card, you can then, in this case, I wanted to draw a card because the other synchro monster allows you to basically Book of Moon your opponent's cards, which will have done me no good during that point, so it was kind of pointless. And that's against Necros. Okay. Again, this is just the AI bot at this point, just to do tests basically to see if the deck actually works, which it does. In another video, I will show how the Azamina cards, without deception, work well in Dark Magician. So let's have a look. Test 4. A load of couple of toy box, Super Poly, and Souls. It's just basically just your usual toy box DM stuff right here. I'm not sure if I go into the Secret Village lock, but I don't think it really does a right lot with this, to be quite honest. There you go, see? Book of Moon your opponent without making them draw. And it's a spellcaster, so the Secret Village still counts. There we are. And I still get DM on field because of the Palladium card. And am I going to go into Dragoon after this? If I had brains, I would. And yes, I do. There you go. These are the kind of things you will be looking at, even when you are playing against meta competitors, because how it interacts is exactly the same anyway, so it makes no difference. Okay, test 5. Who's this one against? Again, it is the AI bot, but different decks, just to kind of give me a little bit of a variety. I must admit, throughout all my testings with the AI bot, the deck that I find the most irritating to play against is the Altergeist decks. It was basically they're so irritating. They keep sending and popping and sending, returning, and it's highly irritating with them being a spellcaster deck as well. You can't lock them with Secret Village. I will at some point in the future think about an Altergeist Dark Magician deck if I can somehow make that work because it's so irritating. That's one thing I like about the White Forest cards. When you discard them, they come back either to your hand or to the field, and when you're discarding them for Dragoon or for the White Forest effects, it works so well with this having to discard type of deck. So the White Forest, I know there are a few people who are like, oh no, we shouldn't play this card, that card, whatever. But honestly, the White Forest cards really, really do complement the Dark Magician strategies, as you can see. I love the little Scylla Hat Rabbit. I absolutely think that is a brilliant card. (1950) attack, how random is that? One thing I love about my hand is the powering up against dark types. Now, spoiler alert, when you see the Danger Dark World deck that I come up with, which I must admit, I did put that right at the end because personally it's probably one of the best duels I've ever played. Test number 7 here. And it just back and forth, which to me that's exactly what Yu-Gi-Oh represents. And then it's kind of like that, the tug of war. Who's going to win? Who's going to outsmart each other? Who's going to outplay each other? That kind of thing. You go first, you win kind of strategies. They don't really do it for me. It's just, you might as well just watch paint dry, to be quite honest. It's dull, it's boring, not really my kind of thing at all, but I love this back and forth. I know that's a spell or spell and trap negate, is it? The Adamantipator card? Either way, it's going down. And this is it. You can set up a really decent board with the White Forest toy box engine inside of Dark Magician. It just works so well. I highly recommend this. Just go on Omega, build your deck to the ratios that a lot of people are now cutting out a Stellar. This is the last test now, cutting out a Stellar. I still keep it at 1, just you know what, why not? But a lot of people are running 3 Lizette, and more of the others, Rasil and the Sully or Silly. I can't remember how you pronounce it. But yeah, oh yeah, I put this statue in. It is a lock, and it does help. It is awful, I must admit. I do think it's disgusting, and I thought it was disgusting when Floowandereeze players were using the wind barrier statue. But when you're going up against decks in real life, or on Master Duel, or even on Omega, when you're playing against the actual meta decks, the actual truly competitive decks, Any card you have to win will help. This is hilarious because this in my hand literally does me no good with Fiendsmith being light. The statue literally does nothing for me. But I end up winning anyway, as you can see, because the meta players on in Master Duel and Omega are just click friendly. Look at that. They're just so click happy. They're like little itchy trigger fingers, like, oh, click must do this. And then they realise they misplayed and they just surrender. Against Blue Eyes, not a bad little match. Um, not the best Blue Eyes player I've played against. I think probably Master Duel is probably the one I did play against Blue Eyes on Master Duel once, and the plays were again back and forth. I really love that interaction. Challenges me, they're getting rid of my Dragoon, or well, not Master Duel, but again getting rid of my monsters, and I have to try and work a way around it, and then they have to work a way around me as well. It just honestly, it is not just fun, but it also helps you with strategies. Like, okay, now they've got rid of that. What do I do? Okay, so what am I doing here? Okay, see, it wasn't that easy just to beat the Blue Eyes play because I can't remember what they had in hand. I think they was going to go for a Magia summon, and they knew that's what I was going to negate, but I'm not sure why they didn't. I think it's just a case of they got rid of that card and then misplayed, and then boom, I won. Amazon S, again, actually not a bad deck if you play it right, but it is quite bricky, so it is what it is. You know, can't really say anything as a Dark Magician player having to use different engines to make the deck playable. But here we are against Amazon S. One thing, oh, Amazon S players. You ever play against them, be aware that I think one or more of their cards, if they attack you, it's a little bit like Makanko, where they can inflict battle damage to yourself. And if you've already gone through all your negates and you can't stop that, well, that could be like a time thing, or it could just be a case of, tough, I'm going to win now. So be careful. But again, this is an actual player, not an AI bot. But there was a little bit of back and forth with this one as well, like negating things. There we go. That that truck card, I can't even remember what it did, if anything, to be quite honest. Oh no, looks like a win. Oh, he surrendered. Okay, no back and forth. This is fantastic. This has got to be probably one of my favourite duels of all time, ever. So, Fogaccia, Fogassa. I don't know how you pronounce your name, mate, but you are fantastic. I can't remember if I didn't summon Barrier Statue or if they just got around it anyway. Oh no, I did summon it. Either way, it's still back and forth, so they'll still get rid of it somehow. There's a lot of recycling when it comes to the Danger Dark World. That really didn't bother me, to be quite honest. Sometimes when you're a Dark Magician player, you really hope for stuff like that, where they can just send your entire hand to the graveyard, draw a new set, as long as they didn't droll me or something. This game was absolute clutch, to be quite honest. Not a lot of things were going against me, and obviously I had cards like Ash Blossom, which I don't have in this deck. Um, I kind of don't really see the point in hand traps as such. I do believe in the side deck that I have Nobleman of Crossout, two of them. You can run three if you want with an Ash and Veiler or Droll and Lockbird, just to stop your opponent from using it against yourself. Which, if you're using cards like Ref or Branded Fusion or something, then I would highly recommend it. Oh well, another bloody Ash Blossom. Oh god, it got so frustrating. I don't even know how I won this. And a lot of people would have quit by now, but nope, not me. I'm a glutton for punishment. I think my had won me this, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. Here we are, just trying to. I was basically baiting their negates to the point where then it's like, what are you going to do? Guess Angel, banish that. Everything was kind of like negate, banish, back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, I do believe, from what I remember, my had won me this. There we go. There's me boy. Boom. See that? Any dart deck. Thanks for watching, guys.